Alright guys, welcome back again to the channel. So the Super Falcons of Nigeria continue to receive lots of gift prizes in money form, in houses, a few individuals getting personal gifts from a lot of people, company, etc. The latest right now is the Nigerian Breweries PLC, who have now gifted them 50 million naira to share among themselves for that triumph that they completed in the Nations Cup women's category. Of course, previously they were hosted by MTN Nigeria, who offered them 50 million naira in a dinner that was specially dedicated to them. I've covered that in the last video, and then there's also the big one early on from the presidency, who gave each of the players $100,000, and then the backroom staff $50,000. So I mean, it's all good for these girls. Like everything is going really well. This is arguably the best month of their entire career, I would think, because I mean, the AFCON just lasted for a month, and if you weigh what's been coming in, the amount of gifts, bonuses, and all of that, and if these people that are actually promising this gift, if they live up to it, if they come true and fulfill these promises, then obviously it's going to mean a lot to these girls. They will be very, very rich, adding to whatever they have as their net worth. But aside from that, the coach himself, Justin Madugu, also received some love from the governor of his state, Taraba State. Actually, initially, I thought Madugu was from the east. I thought he was an Igbo man, but obviously he's not, because his state governor, who goes by the name Tinitri Amodu, has now hosted him at the government house in Taraba State, where he also showed him some love, giving 50 million naira. And then there's a three-bedroom uh, apartment that was also gifted to him. So everybody that got the job done, whether it's the player or the backroom staff, everybody's being showed some love now, by the government, the different companies in Nigeria. Obviously, for the companies in Nigeria, this is going to be like a platform uh, for them to put themselves in the spotlight, because the Super Falcons are trending. And of course, this company, they are looking for ways to actually sell themselves. They are looking for ways to do something that people will say, okay, uh, you know, MTN actually gave Super Falcons money to trend. Nigerian breweries gave them money. So all these things are kind of like PR strategy, if you ask me. But at the end of the day, it still benefits the girls, so we are happy about it, and it's something nice to see. But let's move away from that and go into something uh, much more serious and interesting, and it's the fact that Ademola Lookman seems to have lost it with Atalanta. In fact, right now he seems to want to go to war with Atlanta, because the action that he has taken now shows that he doesn't want to play for Atlanta anymore. If you go through Ademola Lookman's Instagram, you would notice that he has deleted every post, picture, or post or video related to Atlanta Football Club, from his official Instagram account. And this is just happening a few minutes, from now. Before, he had, best memories from Atlanta, Europa League, some games that he played really well, and things like that on his Instagram. But now you can't find a single Atalanta related post, not even the club's official, handle tagged to his profile, nothing. And this is a very drastic measure that the player has taken, because Atalanta kind of uh, reneged on their promise by rejecting the offer from Inter Milan for him to join Inter Milan. The reports, if you follow the channel previously, I let you guys know that Atalanta, were actually considering accepting the offer from Inter Milan. It was 40 million euros and 3 million bonuses. But at the end of July, I think it was July 31st or so, Atalanta rejected the deal, and they said that they don't want to sell Ademola Lookman. That was their resolve, and Ademola Lookman has lost it. He doesn't want to be associated with this club anymore, which is why he has taken this action to delete all of this, from his social media. It's left to be seen what is going to happen right now. But of course, we do know that every time any player or anytime players take this kind of action, by deleting official posts on their social media, then it means that they are trying to force the club to sell them, right? They're trying to force the club to accept these offers that they are fed up, you know, they want to go. That's what it actually means. It doesn't mean any disrespect to these clubs, but just means that the player really wants to go, and that's one of the few ways they have to really express themselves that they are tired and they want to go, you know. So that is the case. Hopefully, this is going to pressure Atlanta or show Atalanta that, hey, we have to let this man go. We don't have to resort to quarrel at the end of the day. This guy is a legend for Atlanta. We know what he did for the club, bringing them the trophy single-handedly. I think last 2 seasons. But I mean, at the end of the day, Atalanta should have to allow Ademola Lookman go. There had been conversations, from both presidents of Inter and Atalanta that happened yesterday, where they met and they tried to finalize the deal. Everything was going really well, but just you know, at some point it just kind of went south, and Atalanta rejected the deal. Right now, they are saying they don't want to sell Ademola Lookman, but this action is definitely going to make Atalanta to think twice about keeping Ademola Lookman. But let's move forward, guys, and let you guys know that Bright Osayi-Samuel has come out to speak concerning his failed move to Besiktas. Of course, if you follow the channel, you realize that one time I told you guys, before he joined Birmingham City, when his contract ended, at Fenerbahce. Obviously, he refused to renew his contract with Fenerbahce because he wasn't appreciating the salary, and he also had other reasons like he wanted to be closer to the UK, to home. But again, he during that period, Besiktas were heavily involved with his deal. They wanted to sign him. So when it felt like Besiktas had closed down the deal, the next thing we knew, Besiktas came out and said that they are calling off the deal, that they are no longer signing Bright Osayi again. And then the next thing we saw was that it was the demand from Bright Osayi-Samuel's father, who apparently, asked for some extra money, and then Besiktas got angered and they decided not to go ahead with the deal because of what was said. But right now, Bright Samuel has come out to clear the air, and he said that his father didn't ask for any extra money, that all of these things were lies and propagandas coming from Besiktas, that right from the onset he wasn't even interested in joining Besiktas because Besiktas is like a direct rivalry of Fenerbahce, and he didn't want to put himself in that position. He had like 3+ fantastic seasons with Fenerbahce. He did a lot of had a lot of good moments with them. Won a couple of accolades. So he thought it would be a disrespect to the club if he joined their opposite rival. So he was not even interested in the deal right from the outset. But when he said no to Besiktas, that's when they got angered and decided to publish, that his father demanded extra money, which was why the deal didn't work out. So that's what Bryce Desama has come out to say. Just to relate it in his own words, he said there was an interest from Besiktas, which is the rival of my team, and they wanted to sign me and spoke to my agent, but I never had interest to go there. I played for 4 years at Fenerbahce and they did a lot for me, so it was impossible for me to go. But then they made an article saying my dad was asking for too much money, and that's just the Turkish way. I had no interest in joining there, and when I heard about Birmingham, I wanted to come here. So those are the words from the man, Bright Osayi-Samuel. So whatever happened, about his father being a dubious, selfish man that obviously went viral that time, that he was the reason why his son didn't get that opportunity, to get to play at Besiktas and potentially earn more money than he was earning at Fenerbahce. So those are false right now. This is what's coming from the man. So those are some of the updates for now. Let me know your reaction concerning any of them, and particularly with Ademola Lookman's transfer saga right now. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to the channel.